Hey everybody, Striders here with another pre-game stats breakdown. Starting off on the red team, we have a Katarina, a Nunu, Ezreal, Lee Sin, and Leona versus the blue team, who has Ahri, Jarvin, Shyvana, Zyra, and Corki. So at the top lane, we are going to have a what looks to be a Lee Sin versus a Jarvin. This should be a pretty interesting pick because Lee Sin has a lot of mobility, but Jarvin has a little bit himself. So it should be interesting. Jarvin has a little bit more CC as far as he has CC early on in the game, and it's kind of a gap closer or a getaway maneuver for him as well. Lee Sin has conditional gap closing, so he's required to actually hit something in order to close that gap. Lee Sin does main jungle though, so I don't know exactly how well he's going to do top. He has played Lee Sin about 100 times though with a 67% win ratio, so judging just from that, I think he should be okay. And then if you take a look at Jarvin, Jarvin mains jungle as well, but he's also played almost 300 games with Jarvin at a 56% win ratio. So Jarvin has significantly more games played, but I think Lee Sin is just a little bit more powerful early game. I think later game he kind of falls off. I want to give it to Jarvin, but I think it's going to go to Lee Sin. So I'm going to go ahead and say that Lee Sin is going to take the top lane just because of his win percentage. And if we go on to the mid lane, we have Katarina versus Ahri. Now Katarina mains top while Ahri mains caster, so this is going to give Katarina a little bit of a disadvantage. Although Katarina has played about 35 games with her with a 61% win ratio. The only thing is that Ahri's been played by this person about 90 times with a 67% win ratio. So I'm definitely going to give mid lane to this Ahri. As far as jungle goes, we're going to have Shyvana versus Nunu. Now Shyvana mains caster while Nunu mains jungle. So this is going to kind of give an inherent advantage to Nunu. But Shyvana's been played by this person 75 times at a 64% win ratio, which is huge. But then Nunu's been played by this person, like 25 times with a 73% win ratio, which is still really good. It's a very high percentage, low game count or lower game count, but it's still enough to base a little bit of a good percentage on. So I'm going to go ahead and give the jungle to the Nunu just because I think he's a stronger counter jungler. He may be a worse engager, but he can disengage the fight with just an Ice Blast and run away with Blood Boil. So I'm going to go ahead and, definitely give the jungle to the red team. So starting off on the bottom lane, we're going to have Ezreal and Leona versus Corki and Zyra. Now, Ezreal and Corki both main AD carry. Ezreal's been played by this person about 145 times with this 57% win ratio, when Corki's been played by this person about 62 times with a 41% win ratio. So I'm going to go ahead and just automatically give this win to the Ezreal just because Corki is usually he's known as an easier AD carry, and if you have a 41.9% win ratio with him, it probably means that you're a little bit rusty with Corki or with AD carry in general. So I'm interested to see exactly how he got that low. I don't know if it's him or if it's his team typically. I don't really know. But as far as supports go, we have Leona and Zyra, and both of them, Zyra main support, which is very important because not many people main support, so that's going to give her a huge advantage. But Leona mains caster. Leona's been played by this person 12 times with the 50% win ratio, which isn't all that great, but Zyra's been played by this person 67 times with the 76% win ratio. So that's going to give Corki a huge advantage bottom, I think. But overall, I think Ezreal's going to be able to get away from that. And then if you throw in the stuns with Leona, I think it's just going to be too much for them to handle. So I'm going to go ahead and give that win to the red team as far as bottom lane goes. But overall, if you add everybody's wins and losses, the red team has a 62.42% chance of winning, and the blue team has a 59.70% chance of winning. So I think this game I am going to go with the numbers and put my vote in for the red team. But yeah, let's go ahead and get in the game and see what happens. Hey everybody, Striders here with another episode of Daily High ELO Casting. And for this particular segment of the show, I will be on EU West. So I'm pretty interested to see what kind of tips and tricks we might be able to pick up from our fellow friends from across the pond. They were kind of the ones that pioneered the whole current standard meta that is very, very widespread and well known in today's scene. So I'm interested to see if there is anything crazy that they have possibly been throwing in the mix with solo queue, because I know a lot of Americans, they like to try weird little random things in solo queue, but usually it doesn't get played in competitive play, but sometimes it does. And I'm interested to see if European servers are pretty much the same. So we'll go ahead and get into the game here pretty soon and see what we can find out. I am interested to see a European Katarina, because I know there's a couple really good American Katarina players, but I haven't actually seen anybody say that a specific European player was amazing with Katarina. So hopefully we get a really good show from this. I am excited about the Leona Katarina combo. I think it's an excellent combo, just because of the stun. Just like the AoE stun, just gets a really nice chunk of people. It can get like, 2, possibly 3 people. It's not likely to hit any more than that with the actual stun parts. Of course possible to slow everybody else, but getting like 3 people in a stun is phenomenal. But I'm interested to see if they can, coordinate something really, really nicely. But now Zyra's in mid, going to be able to root down that Nunu. Nunu's going to be able to get away. That root at level 1 is so low. It doesn't really do much of anything. It's only, 3/4 of a second, which is not going to give you much time. It's like an Anivia stun. Yeah, it just doesn't really give you much time to follow up on it. It will prevent them from, channeling or casting or doing anything like that, but, well, not the snare. The snare will just prevent them from moving, so it'll prevent them from flashing for, 3/4 of a second, so hopefully you have another, a little bit of form of CC to kind of follow up on that, but that is not the case in this particular situation. It looks like she was just throwing it out for the harass. But all in all, there's going to be a huge pushing comp for the red team. Katarina, I have seen a few of them max out that max out the Sinister Steel now instead of the Bouncing Blade or the Bouncing Dagger, whatever it's called. Yes, the Bouncing Blade. I've seen them do Sinister Steel just because you can harass pretty well with it, and it just does a massive amount of base damage. It does like 220 at level 5, which is pretty good in comparison to most other spells. And it has, decent AP ratio. It's not too bad. But red team looks like they are going to go for the counter jungle on the blue buff. And yes, Nunu is going to be able to take it out. He's not going to clear out the mini. That's very interesting. I would assume he would take out the mini lizards. Oh, and Shyvana actually has to go back. She doesn't finish off that little lizard. And blue team is now pinging off for that blue buff. I think they might have... It doesn't look like they've seen anything. Yeah, it doesn't look like they've actually seen Nunu come out. There's no wards there, but Nunu does have a ward right here at the exit from their blue buff, so they're going to be able to see if Shyvana tries to go top at all. And Shyvana does notice that her blue's gone. She does get spotted out. And she's going to kind of clear this up as much as she can. Not going to be too difficult. Oh, and the charm just barely missing on Ahri. So close. It looked like it was on the brink of hitting her, but just not quite there. So hopefully next time she can get him in that, or get her in that, and it'll be a huge, nice little combo. Especially once she hits level 3, that's going to be massive. If she can get the charm with the Orb of Deception followed up with her Firefox, oh man, if she can get just a full combo with no creeps in the way, it's going to be absolutely amazing. The bad thing about Ahri is that when there's creeps around, it's a lot harder for her to hit her Firefox, so she has to either wait for Katarina to go offensive, or wait for her to be out of position. So as long as Katarina is kind of just hiding behind a minion or so, it's going to be really easy for her to kind of be able to kite away. And now, oh my gosh, a lot of damage going on to this Corki. He's going to have to back up just a little bit. It looks like Zyra's actually going to be support. She's probably going to be, yeah, she's definitely going to be leveling her Grasping Roots and her Rampant Growth first. Oh, and a great stun by Leona coming off. Going to be able to hit down that Corki. Corki's doing a lot of damage just starting off with that Gatling gun. So even if he was stunned, Nunu's behind. Is he going to come in for a nice flank? Oh, great little bit of harass. And the stun coming out, forcing the flash. And now Ezreal going into the Arcane Shift. Doesn't look like... Oh my gosh, absolute obliteration. But now Katarina gets stunned out. There's 3 members of the blue team. She gets ignited. She's definitely going to go down from that. But unfortunately for them, blue team already picked up first blood in bottom. A great root by Zyra right outside tower range on that Ezreal for the free kill. And now, Nunu's going in. He's going to be able to pick up this kill with that red buff. And yes, that is just going to be game. Or not game, but it's going to be game over for her until she respawns, of course, in 8 seconds. Not too big of a deal. I'm actually kind of surprised she didn't shoot her passive at Leona. I don't know if it would have killed her, but it would have been pretty close. I think it might have been worth it to at least try. It didn't even look good. She just kind of going for creeps to help back them off, but that really didn't really... Yeah, it didn't really do much. Corki's not going to have any trouble farming at the tower whatsoever. But I don't think that Zyra should have stayed there after they went back. Oh, Jarvin's going in onto this Lee Sin. And this is a very interesting matchup you don't really get to see very frequently. Jarvin does have a little bit of mobility with his Flag Spear combo. And yes, he's just going to poke a little bit at the Lee Sin. Wear him down as much as possible. And he is going to get a pretty decent CS. It looks like... Jarvin's at 30 as opposed to Lee Sin's 34, so he's able to stick in there. Jarvin's not the most conventional pick for top lane, but it's not bad. And Katarina's going in and does the Sinister Steal, but now the Foxfire just doing a little bit even more damage. And let's see actually what she is leveling first. Yes, she is doing the Bouncing Blades, which is usually what they do. But now, Leona's going and gets the stun off onto Shyvana. Is Shyvana going to be able to get out of this? Bouncing Blade coming out, and now the charm going on to Leona. Leona's going to have to get out of there right now, or she's going to go down. One more. Oh, glad she actually went back. Glad she listened to me. She heard me. She heard me through the casting. Even though it's 3 minutes in the past, she heard me. Clairvoyance, that's all it was. Great job. Over up top, we still have quite a bit of exchange going. Lee Sin, he looks like he's just going in for creep kills, but he's going down pretty low. And now, he is laughing about it. And Shyvana is coming up top, gonna try to pick up a possible gank on this Lee Sin top lane. So right now it's 2 kills to 1. It's pretty close. And now we see Shyvana. She's actually going from behind. She's gonna use her smite and possibly just get a little bit of lifesteal off of those golems. And now, yes, the great Cataclysm coming out, being able to trap her in there. But Lee Sin flashes out, and is she gonna be able to pick up this kill? No, the Dragon Kick is just gonna be able to get off, and then the Safeguard, the Ignite onto Jarvin is gonna take him out. And oh my gosh, Lee Sin is just laughing at the dead corpse of Jarvin. Very, very unconventional way of tower diving. I think Jarvin could have possibly stayed a little bit more in the fight, or instead of running out towards this little bush here, he could have just ran down towards where Lee Sin was going to flash. And I think that was probably his biggest mistake on that particular situation. But hopefully he learns from it and picks it up after the next time. So now, in the mid lane, Ahri has 35 creep kills, which is pretty low for mid lane at 7 minutes. It's not extremely low, but it's pretty close. Oh, and now a ton of damage. Katarina getting caught out of position by the Zyra and the Corki, and Corki's able to pick up the kill, but Ahri is now coming in. Is she going to be able to get the kill? No. Ezreal is going to be able to flash over, and the root now going down onto Leona with a little bit of extra damage coming out. The exhaust now going down onto the Ahri. Is Ahri going to be able to pick up the kill? One more charm, and no, the flash is going to come out from Leona. Perfectly timed flash. Knew when that charm was going to be off of cooldown. So very, very good job from the Leona being able to get out of that. And now one more snare. Is it going to do enough damage? No, it's... Oh, yes, it is. Just barely able to pick up that kill. Looks like it was just one final auto attack. Just kind of snagged that up. And now, Nunu is going to get caught out of the jungle. He gets exhausted. Jarvin's coming in. The absolute zero coming out. And I don't think it's going to do enough damage. But he is going to be able to flash out of there. He gets ignited. And now Jarvin is able to pick up that kill. Lee Sin tries to come in. Safeguards him to try to save. But it's not going to be enough. In the meantime, Lee Sin is able to scurry away with his life still intact, so that's going to be really good for him. And now Jarvin's coming back from that particular gank. Jarvin's at 2-1 and so is Zyra. I'm not sure I really like Zyra getting those kills in bottom lane. We really need to make sure those get onto Corki instead of the support. Of course, you know, it's not bad having kills on a support because it will give you the extra ward presence. Although, as you can see right now, she has no wards and there are no wards on the bottom lane for the blue team. So I don't feel that Zyra is actually spending her gold 100% well. Yeah, she was able to get... Oh, she does have a ward. Just kidding, I lied. I lied completely. But then again, she does have those plants to kind of act as a ward. And she's able to, you know, throw a spell on top of them to turn them into attacking wards. They are temporary, of course, but a little bit more temporary than actual wards. But they're still effective for what you need them to be effective for. And that's kind of all that matters at laning phase anyway. Oh, and Ezreal just barely missing his Mystic shot into that Zyra. Very, very close. It's not really going to do too much to her. She does have that heart of gold to kind of help out with the damage. And she does look like she has a little bit of armor added. Oh no, the Crestfinger's not quite doing enough damage, but those plants are going to throw out as much damage as possible. Ezreal's going to be able to pick up 5 gold from each one of those plants. Definitely not something that they want to start spamming unless they really need that extra damage. And yes, more plants coming out. Zyra's ultimate now coming out. It's going to hit the Leona up, and it does pick her up. And again, Zyra taking that kill. Katarina's going in. It looks like, oh, she's getting caught out here, but Nunu is also there to help out with the defense line. So great job by the blue team, really just showing overall great map presence. And now it looks like Zyra is going to be running back with the Corki. Yes, they did see Nunu kind of pop out there, but Nunu is going to fall back completely. And wow, Jarvin is absolutely taking down this Lee Sin, and a Dragon Kick actually kicking him back to his tower, and the Cataclysm Tunk for the kill. Wonderful job by Jarvin, just being able to take that out. That was very, very unfortunately timed Dragon Kick from that Lee Sin. I was a little depressed, and I'm sure he was not very happy about that either. And now Katarina is coming in, starts her ultimate, doesn't quite get the kill. Ahri does have her ultimate, so she's going to be able to get out of that pretty easily. And now it looks like Shyvana's getting kind of caught out. The Charm going down onto Nunu, but now Katarina is going in directly for... Oh no, Ahri's able to pick it up with the Ignite. And now Corki's going in onto that Ezreal really hard. Ezreal is going to have to Arcane Shift over that wall, and he is going to be safe in the end. Now it looks like Red Team is putting a lot of pressure onto this mid lane now. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to really take it at all. It could be close, but I think Ahri will get back in time. Katarina did go down. She kind of got ulted, followed up by Shyvana, and then again as well. And now Jarvin's coming in, doing a ton of damage, but it looks like the Absolute Zero is now coming out, and it's going to slow down Jarvin quite a bit on top of the exhaust. And in the meantime, Leona gets taken out by Jarvin, and Shyvana gets taken out by Lee Sin. Lee Sin's going to be right there, and he's going to get jumped on by the Jarvin. Is Jarvin going to be able to pick it up? One more auto attack. Yes, that does pick it up. And a great job by Jarvin. That red buff really helping him out. And again, the bouncing blades coming out from Katarina are going to do quite a bit of damage as well. Not going to be enough to really save anybody or do anything with that fight, but it was great to just kind of back them off with it. Just like, hey, getting a little too overconfident. Now, Ahri does use one of her ults, and oh my gosh, she does have to end up using her flash. Great job by Katarina, being able to Shumpo onto that Ahri right after the third dash away. So wonderful job, just great timing, being able to do what she needs to do. That was the one thing I was really worried about, is that Ahri has those 3 charges on her dash, so it's going to be almost impossible for Katarina to really just catch her in her ultimate. And it's just not a good place to be if you can't hit somebody with your ultimate, especially as long as you need to. But that's really where Leona comes in later on in the team fight. So I think Katarina kind of needs to go down and start roaming a little bit. Zyra getting bursted down by the Ezreal. Ezreal does have to get out of there. Oh, Zyra's that one auto attack, and Leona does end up picking that up. but now she could get stot out right here by the rest of the blue team. Looks like she just used Zenith Blade to kind of stun him out, and Ezreal's ult does smack down onto the... Oh my gosh, and now Katarina is coming in, throws down her ultimate, is able to pick up the Corki. She is going to go down, possibly to a minion. I don't know, it's so close. Now the health push is going to keep her alive, but Jarvin is here, and he's here to save the day, and yes, that Cataclysm is going to be able to pick her up. And it looks like Shyvana might be going down. No, they are able to pick up the Lee Sin just in time. Ezreal is going to get out of there safe and sound, though. Wonderful job by the blue team. They're really just taking bad situations, like, because that fight started to bend into the red team's favor, and the blue team just kind of caught back up and turned it into their favor in the long run. And that was just really, really well played. And the Baron is about to spawn. Should be spawning this right now. I don't think anybody's really going to go for it. It's really difficult to do that in 15 minutes, especially once, unless you're like super fast. But it looks like Jarvin is the only one that's really fed. He has 6 kills already. Has that Sheen, has the Phage. He's going to be doing quite a bit of damage. It looks like he's really going for that Trinity Force, really early Trinity Force. So let's see if he can actually pull it off, though. He does have 109 creep kills, which is pretty good. It's the second best on his team. He's now tied with Corki. But Katarina still doing the best at 120 CS. Absolutely unbelievable, her being able to outlane Ahri. I really did not see her out CSing Ahri by 20 CS. She also does have 4 deaths more than the Ahri, which is quite surprising. Katarina is coming in. She's going to Shumpo, throw down her ult, and that's going to be a lot of damage on Jarvin. Jarvin is so tanky now, and the Leona ult just barely missing. The Zenith Blade also missing, and Jarvin is going to get stunned with that Shield of Daybreak, and Katarina is going to finish it up with one last Shumpo. Great job by Katarina, but in the meantime, it looks like the blue team is going really hard onto this tower. Are they going to be able to take it out? Leona and Katarina are both here, but their ultimates are down, and a great juke on that charm. She's exhausted now. Ahri's going in. She gets hit by the tower, and one more ultimate charge from Ahri is going to be all it takes. And yes, great job by Katarina being able to do that and throwing down an ultimate, doing a ton of damage, being able to pick up that last kill. Great job by the red team. Katarina doing an amazing job at those jukes and the baiting, and a great save at the end by that Zenith Blade from Leona. In the meantime, Ezreal's just kind of been by himself, which is very scary, since Ezreal is an AD carry, but now we have 3 members of the red team. It looks like, this could be dangerous. Oh, Leona's gonna get knocked out almost instantly, but she does get that stun down onto the Corki. Corki goes down. Zyra's really close to going down. Yes, Ezreal does get that double kill. Zyra misses the passive from her passive. Very unfortunate. Very bad indeed, but that's something that probably takes some getting used to. The only other real passive I think that does damage after you die besides Karthus is Kog'Maw. Just see Cathy and Surprise, and you just kind of have to chase people. But turning your passive into a skill shot is very dangerous, especially after you die. It's like, I don't know who to hit, but it gives you a few seconds, so at least you can kind of, concentrate, regain your composure, get your composure. And that's really all it takes. But Katarina's doing a phenomenal job now. She was 1-4, now she's 4-4. And that Hunting Guys is really going to help her out. And it looks like she is going to be going for that Hunting, or no, sorry, not Hunting Guys, the Abyssal Scepter, which is also what Ahri looks like she's going for as well. So they pretty much have the same items at this point, except Ahri does have those 2 extra Doran's rings as well as a Cage's Lucky Pick. Their gold is still pretty much swung in the favor of Katarina. Katarina does have that Hextech Revolver though, and that's really going to be a huge difference. It's going to help her survive in those fights, and of course, as you could tell, it really did help her that last fight. Now, Leona's coming in. Is she going to land a Zenith Blade on either of these champions? It could be very devastating. Yes, she does get it on Zyra. She does get that stun. Holy cow, that's a lot of damage. Now Jarvin's coming in, and yes, the Shumpo to her teammate. Great job not getting baited out for that free kill. And the the passive coming out from Zyra is just going to prove to be too much. And now the ultimate from Katarina, is she going to go down? Yes, she goes down to the Jarvin. Lee Sin is going to get, yes, he lands that Sonic Wave. He's going to throw down the Tempest, slow down, and they are going to jump onto the Corki. Corki does end up having the flash because he gets right into the view of, oh my gosh, Ezreal's so close to getting the, no, Jarvin went the other way. Jarvin went the other way. They both got completely juked. In the meantime, Corki was able to pick up the kill, and Ezreal gets a little bit too greedy, gets caught with the charm by Ahri, and goes down. Oh my gosh, very bloody fight, but the red team's really starting to catch up now. Gold difference is only 200 gold. It's so scary, it's close, but Jarvin's just doing a phenomenal job keeping their team really just in this game. Red team is now pinging off for that dragon. They could really use this dragon. If they can pick this up, that'll be very beneficial for them. Since they have been behind pretty much all game, it looks like, yes, Sonic Wave will come out, and Zyra is going to throw down the ward. She's probably going to throw out her ultimate. No, she's going to throw down the Grasping Roots. And yeah, it's not really going to do as much as they want. They had Smite and the Eat from Nunu. There wasn't really a chance of the blue team taking it whatsoever. If you have one person doing the Smite as well as the Consume on Nunu, it's so difficult. You basically have to kill the Nunu in order for that to even be possible to take at that point. That's what makes Nunu so powerful, is just his Consume and Smite ability. In the meantime, Lee Sin's doing a pretty good job at just kind of harassing what he needs to do, and now blue team is going to be able to take this bottom tower. Unfortunately, blue team tried to push down that mid tower, but they were unable to. And Corki's just kind of throwing rockets from behind the wall, and it's not going to fend them off the way they thought it would. And now, I don't know if there's going to be initiation here. But it looks like, Katarina may be coming in. Zyra is there, and I don't think they saw her. Very unfortunate. And the ultimate coming out, and now the ultimate now from Katarina gonna do it, and the Shumpo going right back onto Zyra. Is she? She is exhausted, and this great Zenith Blade coming out. And the Shumpo is probably back off cooldown. She's gonna be able to get away. Great exhaust onto Shyvana. And I don't know about this particular move. She is gonna Shumpo away to one of her allied minions. And Shyvana is so fast with that burnout. And now a great charm going down onto Leona. But Katarina is gonna successfully get out of here. Leona took one for the team. Better her than Katarina, that's for sure. But in the meantime, red team is going for the Baron, and the absolute zero is really going to chunk Baron down as much as possible. Katarina's coming in. She's going to do as much damage as she can with her Sinister Steel and her Shumpo. And it looks like, yes, red team takes Baron. This is going to be a huge upset. No, don't get caught out, Ezreal. You're too good to get caught out. Oh, and a flash with the Cataclysm coming out, and it looks like, yes, he will get caught out. Very unfortunate. They really need to back off this fight. There's 3 members of the red team that still have that Baron buff, and that's what all that matters right now. Lee Sin is going to have to safeguard to the Nunu and then flash out. They're still going to be able to get out. Blue team doing a wonderful job being able to keep that pressure, not letting them leave without the consequences at all. And they were able to take a tower, prevent some recalling, take a kill. I mean, blue team just made, seriously, they just made the best out of a bad situation. That was absolutely phenomenal. So I'm excited to see if they're going to continue to push here. I don't know if they're going to be able to. Looks like Leona goes in with the Zenith Blade and gets cut out almost instantly and dies. Katarina is now coming in. She's going to have to get out. It's popped up by the Jarvin. And now red team, they're getting... They really wanted it, but wow, Katarina just gets chunked by that Zyra. I'm surprised support Zyra is really doing that much damage. Holy cow. She does have those Sork Shoes, so it's definitely going to help. And the Cage's Lucky Pick, she has 3 gold per 10. I'm just doing pretty good at 6,100 gold. Katarina goes down almost instantly from that particular engage. It looks like, yes, Zyra's doing a ton of damage, able to pick up that kill, and now the Ahri goes down. The only buddy that's left is going to be that Nunu with the Lee Sin. Nunu's going to go down pretty quickly. He does get a Consume to help survive just a little bit. And now Zyra is going to be able to slow down with the plants quite a bit. I don't know if she's going to be able to get grasping roots. I don't think she is. Lee Sin goes in hard. Yes, he does get that dragon kick. And wow, he is going down really fast. Great job by Shyvana, just being able to keep him in place with that red buff. I don't know if that was a good idea for Lee Sin or not. It was just a support champion. It wasn't an AP mid. She didn't have a killing spree. I don't think that was a really good idea, trading 1-for-1 in that situation. But overall, still really good. The blue team is staying in there. They're hanging in there. They're really close to getting back into the running. They're only 1,000 gold behind now. So that's really going to be very useful for them. Jarvin is currently at 9,700. I don't know why I was thinking 7,000. But 9,700, where Katarina is only at 9,500. So overall, Jarvin is doing the best in the game so far as gold-wise goes. Katarina is doing a wonderful job farming, though. Take a look at the blue team. They're pretty much even. A bouncing blade harass coming out from Katarina, not really going to do too much. But blue team is making a huge entrance here. There are no more. Leona goes in really hard. The charm gets missed. Jarvin goes in, and now Shyvana throws down the ultimate, and Katarina throws her ult down on top of the Jarvin. There's no way Jarvin can get away. Katarina does end up going down from the extra damage, and now the Guardian Angel gets popped up on by Jarvin, and the Nunu barely goes down with just the tip of that Orb of Deception. And yes, that is going to be a 0-for-2 exchange in favor of the blue team. I don't know if they're really going to be able to defend this tower any longer. They don't really have any AoE wave clearing except for Ezreal's ultimate. Jarvin doing a lot of damage. He goes in really hard, able to take both members of the red team that were there very, very low. Lee Sin is super low, and so is Ezreal. Are they going to take another tower? It looks like they will, but it looks as if, oh my gosh, she goes down to under 20 HP, and Jarvin does get killed by that last tick of Ignite, and that's a very scary spot for her to be recalling in. Yes, she does realize that as well. She is going to back off. So close. I can't believe she got away with 60 now. Absolutely impressive. And the Shumpo with the safeguard coming out. Oh, that Sonic Wave just barely missing. And the Grasping Roots does end up missing. Yes, the Shumpo is going to give her right where she needs to be. She's going to throw out her Sinister Steel, but it's not going to be enough. And I don't know, red team is torn. It looks like between these decisions, Katarina's coming out. It looks like, yes, she is going to go directly on to that Zyra. Zyra's going to go down pretty easily, and her plants are going to do so much damage. Katarina's able to get out finally. She's going to throw out a little bit of help onto that red buff, not too much. And now it looks like they may be going for this dragon, but the blue team should know by now. Yeah, they are going to get over that wall. They definitely know that dragon is being taken. It looks like, yeah, they were trying to go in there. I don't know if they'll be able to make it though. No, Shyvana does not have her ultimate, and Corki is just kind of missing those rockets. Great placement by the neutral, just the neutral minions, being the dragon and the blue buff, preventing any real harass from going out onto them or the buff itself, kind of just ensuring that they'll get the kill even more so. And back at mid lane, oh man, it looks like we may have a 5-man push coming in mid. And Katarina finally getting that chain vest. That's really going to help, especially with that Will of the Ancients too. There's not many people that can really utilize the Will of the Ancients as far as like on the red team goes. Nunu has some magic damage, but you know, he doesn't really build AP. Ezreal has some magic damage, but again, he really doesn't build AP, and same with Leona. So they do have magic damage dealers, and getting the extra AP is probably going to help, but I don't know if it'll be worth the purchase, to be honest. We'll see though. I mean, typically people that don't main that particular role usually have pretty good AP ratios. And that's going to be a great ward kill from Shyvana. That's exactly what you need to do with Shyvana. You need to just kind of hang out and brush and wait for somebody ward and just kill it instantly. I actually don't recommend that. It's good that you do it when it happens, just don't do it all game. Oh, Shyvana's going really ballsy into 5 members, and a great Ice Fire. She ults into all 5 of them. Now the Absolute Zero coming out, and the stun going out onto Zyra. It looks like Corki's kind of all by himself. Jarvin being able to do a lot of damage. Ahri gets the kill onto that Leona, but in the meantime, Lee Sin is able to pick up the Zyra, and it looks like Shyvana's also dead. Are they going to be able to pick it up? A great initiation. Lee Sin's going really well, but that Orb of Deception is going to be able to pick it up. Katarina's not going to be able to get the kill onto Ahri. Very unfortunate. Ahri goes in for the charm, has another of her ult, but that Sinister Blade is just going to prove to be too much damage. And now, oh my gosh, great job by Jarvin, throwing down that flag and just stabbing her through the chest, popping her up at the same time. And this is not looking good for the red team. I don't think that they're going to be able to do this. I really don't think it's possible though. I mean, Nunu can take it pretty well if they really alternate, but Jarvin's going to come in, do as much damage as he can, and especially, it looks like she might go down. Yeah, Nunu's definitely not. Oh no, Nunu actually takes it. Holy cow, is Nunu going to be able to get away? That is the real question at this point. He is going to be able to get away. Jarvin is not quite able to follow up with it, and now it looks like 3 members of the red team will have that Baron buff once again, and that's exactly what happened last time. There's only 3 members with that Baron buff. Blue team is about 2,000 gold behind, and like 2,500, so they're still in this game. They're losing Barons though. That's what's scary about it. They're just not winning the fights that they need to win, but they're winning fights that they shouldn't win either at the same time. So I don't really know what's happening in that particular sense. I don't know if they just got, overconfident and then lost the fight and then was like, hey, we lost Baron because we had a bad fight. We fought to do that again. And so they fought a lot better the next one, and they ended up winning. And then they just went right back into the cycle. So they lost the fight, and hopefully they can come back and win this particular fight. And that will make for an excellent game. This game keeps going back and forth. Like, this is going to be one of those 50, 60 minute long games. It's going to go down to whoever decides to ace who first is going to survive and win with one last push. The thing about the red team is they don't have an inhibitor tower in mid lane, so that could be very scary for them, and they're all just going to be camping out in this bush. I don't think the red team is really going to peek out too much. I think they kind of expect the blue team to be somewhere by that blue buff, and it looks like, yes, they are going to throw in a ward, and that is not going to be anything. I was pretty excited. Yes, it looks like they were picked out here. They are seeing who's going to initiate first. Hopefully it's the Lee Sin, so that will help a little bit with the tankiness. Katarina might be coming in with that Sinister Wheel, but now great Resonating Strike going on to this Jarvin. Jarvin's going to take a lot of damage. He's going to Cataclysm, but the Shumpo with the ultimate coming out from Katarina is going to be able to pick it up, and another Shumpo following up. Shyvana goes down to the Nunu, and Zyra's going to do as much as she can to back off the whole team. Corki's live, and so is Zyra. They're both at full health, and oh wow, a great snare on 2 members of the red team coming out. Jarvin's doing an insanely good job right now. It doesn't look like he really wants to die whatsoever. And no, he definitely wants to get out of here. He's going to be able to. Oh my gosh, this could be heartbreaking. Ezreal does see him. Is he going to be able to pick it up? Yes. Oh my god, that shield. Great job, Ezreal, being able to pick that up. But now, one more shield. Oh, the safeguard is able to save that Leona. Wow, great job, great reaction. And now the stun coming out onto the Zyra. It does look like it's going to be the Ezreal field goals right in between them. And now Nunu's taking a ton of damage from the tower. He's going to be able to survive. And now it looks like Corki is going to be going down. Not going to be good. The Ignite, wow, the Ignite is at 35 health. Throws down the Ignite just to get out of the way. And now, it looks like Ezreal is going to be going down himself. But it could be close. That burnout's so strong. The Arcane Shift over the wall is even stronger, though. Oh no. Get killed by a dragon. That would be hilarious. It's one of the downsides of playing Ezreal, because that Arcane Shift when you use it, it does the damage to where you were closer to where you ended up, and not when you started it. So if you try to go into a Baron pit or into a Dragon pit, you'll automatically aggro it, which is definitely terrifying, because you don't really just kind of want to aggro Baron when you're trying to get away from people. It's really funny to watch people do, though, and just hope that they get out of it. They're like, get out of here. It's pretty funny, but great job by the red team being able to pick up that dragon now, and they're just doing a phenomenal job all over the map right now. They're gaining that lead. They have a 4,000 gold lead, and it looks like Ezreal is going to be able to catch out this Shyvana. Shyvana does not see yet, but Corki's now coming in, and the flash with the ultimate coming out from Ezreal. Ezreal picks up the kill, and now, the ultimate from... Oh no, Katarina is going to go down to 5 members of the blue team. And then it's going to be a 2-for-0 trade. 2-for-0 trade for the blue team. And they're really just picking apart the red team. The red team is just keep getting overconfident. They're roaming around, not as a group. Even when they have Baron, it's just... But when they group up, they win team fights. That really helps. So I think if red team actually grouped up and stayed together, they'd be able to win a team fight, and they'd be able to win the game. So hopefully we can actually see that first. But in the meantime, blue team's able to take out that inner bottom tower, and Jarvin comes in for the kill. Great roots with the ultimate coming out from Zyra. The safeguard coming out. It's not going to be able to do enough. Yes, Jarvin is going to be able to pick up that kill. And I don't know what Lee Sin thought, that he would be able to take down a Jarvin and Zyra. Really don't think that was the smartest move ever, but I guess he prevented the push for a little bit, and that really helps. Oh no, Zyra, is she gonna get cut out? No, it doesn't. They are gonna back off. They don't know where a lot of the other members of the blue team are, so I think they are just kind of playing it safe at this point, which it's exactly what they need to do. I mean, yes, they are a little bit ahead in gold, but they're significantly behind everything else. Now Leona taking a ton of damage from Tarek. She gets the stun off onto 2 members, and oh my gosh, she's coming in. She gets charmed. Katarina is going to go down from a combination. Absolute Zero coming out. It is going to lock down. Yes, it will lock down. Great job by Ezreal being able to pick up that kill. And now, oh my gosh, Ezreal's taking a ton of damage. So is this Nunu, but the attack speed's slow. Coming out from that Essence Flux is just going to be too much for that Shyvana to really handle. And Nunu is really single-handedly just being able to scare everybody away from this inhibitor. Doing a great job. And now, looks like Shyvana is going pretty hard on Ezreal. And Ezreal throws down ult. It's going to do a lot of damage, but it's not going to be enough. Is it going to be again one more auto attack? No, 62 damage left. And yes, the Ice Splash should be able to pick it up. And Ahri goes down from Lee Sin. Lee Sin picks up the double kill in the meantime. Great Shrilly. Oh, yes, the Resonating Strike just barely hitting it. And, the Zani's coming out. And that last auto attack is really just going to pick it up. Great job by the red team again. As long as they stay together as a team, they should be able to win. And every time blue team loses a fight, they lose Baron after that. Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate indeed. So this is going to be the 3rd Baron onto the red team, and they're actually catching up in kills now. So this could be game pretty close. I think they're going to take Baron. They should leave after that. Go buy some items. Finish up their build. Katarina has 2,300 gold in the pocket, so she's definitely going to be able to buy a nice chunk of something. She has a Sunfire Cape. This is really going to help with the physical damage coming out from Jarvin and from Corki. There's not really too much of anything else besides that. I guess Shyvana, she does quite a bit though too. But I don't know if Sunfire Cape was the best option. I think just going with a Zhonya's would have been fine. But you know, I'm no Katarina expert. Katarina has 10 kills, 11 assists, or 10 kills, 11 deaths, and 6 assists. So she's doing a pretty good job. And now, yes, she did pick up that Hourglass. So that's going to be a lot of armor coming out from this Katarina. Katarina has 202 armor with 143 magic resist. So she is super, super tanky. And that's exactly what you don't want on the opposing team. Somebody that's super tanky that does a ton of damage. And that's exactly what Katarina has right now. She's able to clear out creeps in no time whatsoever. And yes, that bounce is, oh my god, the center still basically taking all the, taking everything. Taking all the creeps. Alright, so now here starts the poke war. It's going to be the back and forth until they get some minions in here. Leona's taking some unnecessary tower shots. Don't know if that was really, necessary, which is why I said unnecessary tower shots. But she does have quite a bit of health regen and some armor, and so it's not going to do too much, but I still think it was unnecessary. And now, oh my gosh, she goes in for the flash with the Zenith Blade, doesn't get out, and now Katarina flashes over the wall, the safeguard coming out, and Jarvin going on to all four of them, catching them in, and now, wow, a great dragon kick onto the Corki. Corki's getting solo, he goes down to the Nunu. Now Katarina picks up the Zyra, and I don't know if Jarvin is going to be able to get out of here. He is. Guardian Angel is now popped, and now, Katarina is going to have some issues. She does end up going down, but Ezreal is going to be able to pick up that kill. And oh my god, that is very scary, but great fight by the red team and the blue team. And now the red team really, they still haven't even taken out this tower. They're going to have to take out this as well as the inhibitor. Possibly they have 30 seconds until Shyvana's up, but I just don't know if it's going to be enough. We will see though. We shall see. The last two towers are being targeted now. Ezreal throws down the attack buff onto Leona. They have 13 seconds in order to finish this up. Are they going to be able to do it? It looks like they might be able to do it. Shyvana won't have her ultimate, so she's not going to be able to just get in there really quickly. She has exhaust, but that's all she's going to be able to get. Now the ultimate coming out from Ezreal just for fun. And that is going to be a GG. Great job by both teams, and again, this was the first game I really ever casted on the European West server. Very impressed by the level of play here, and I'm really interested to actually see some more. So overall, just congratulations to the red team, GG to the blue team. Katarina did a wonderful job just kind of tanking as much as she could. I mean, she did die a lot, but she tanked a lot of damage. Lee Sin also did just an absolutely phenomenal job in that game. But nobody can, of course, surpass the great Sir Jarvin IV. He is the MVP of this game. So great job, Jarvin. Couldn't quite carry your team to victory, but you were close. You were close. And again, if you guys like my videos, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and if you want to see any other videos being my next video or previous video, you can click on that in the middle of your screen, and I will see you guys later.